It's going to be an ESOD themed panel. And we generally switch up the playlist and the themes for each of our panels.
Yeah, and a couple repeats from last year, but a lot of new stuff. It's going to be pretty interesting. We also have some guests. It's going to be fun. So,
without further ado,
yeah, let's get started. So everyone's been to the other panels. We had the two groups. Check out Moto or Midwest Co. If you want to check them out.
Yeah.
If you want.
If you want. We're all pretty laid back.
But there's also kind of I think the only way you can get on there is the IRC stuff. Or do you guys have a website?
We don't have a website yet.
Not yet?
Not yet. We figured the IRC is good for now. We should probably
IRC?
come up with something, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point I'm also going to put up the slides on that last URL there, R53M.
Okay.
So, I'm sure a lot of you have been hearing about Touhou all day, but for the probably two people that in here that don't know what it is, it's a bullet hell. It's amazing.
Finally, I know what it is. Holy crap!
Like took 2 years.
Finally.
It's got an awesome soundtrack. That's why we're here.
Yep. Camera its own self.
Exactly. So.
Zune.
Oh.
Okay.
Who does music and games? Yeah, it's neat. It's fun. So today's agenda.
Zune Chan.
I heard he likes Kieran beer.
He likes beer. That's right.
Oh
Where's
yeah,
Pat?
Zune's you guys see that song?
Oh god.
Oh, so
I
hard.
could bring up that nature.
Alright, so here's what we're doing today. We're going to talk about a little bit about the originals. Gonna briefly discuss the events in which you can get some Doujin music. We're gonna go through our feature circles, and then we're gonna get into all sorts of circles. Who knows what we'll be doing at this point.
And hopefully we'll have some time left over and open the floor a bit, stuff like that, just talk about music. So, like I always do, whenever we start the Touhou music, you have to start with the actual originals. So back in the day we had PC-98. The music was essentially done on the equivalent of a Sega Genesis sound chip, which it's kind of a simple FM synthesizer. If you guys know what that stuff is, it's basically you're stuck with set types of sounds, but you can make certain changes to it to change how it sounds a little bit. But it's not like having your own instruments. Basically, and Touhou 2 did have some MIDI in it, but I think it was limited to like 4 instruments even for MIDI back in the day. But so the general idea is the music sounded like this.
That percentage is over.
And sorry that this has to be on TV speakers.
I think Ash, for a room with actual good audio, it didn't get it.
Do you want to use it?
Do you think it'll work?
It will work, but I don't know if it's going to be louder.
Alright, let's get going. We gotta
Pretty
go through
loud.
it.
Okay.
So as I mentioned before, FM synth is, if you ever play the modern one, they have lots of dials and knobs, and you can just tweak it around and make fun sounds, and then you make music. Hooray! What separates it is like the Genesis used certain types where, like, say the NES had like square bass waves. Genesis was more along the lines of, say, sine bass waves. So that's, if you listen to 2 different types, that's why they sound different, but kind of the same. But so PC-98's got discontinued in like '97, I believe, and
It's ironic.
exactly.
Yeah, there's something to be said there, and I'm not sure what it is.
And what ended up happening is he was more or less forced to move to the Windows platform, which on Windows you don't really have the nice FM chips like you would have in the older computers, but you had access to MIDI, which in turn gave you tons more options. And he also started pre-recording his music like most people do nowadays anyway. He doesn't do the MIDIs anymore because he feels like they're behind the time. And at the AWA conference, they asked him about what sound module he uses, and he apparently is using a Roland SD90, which you can find on eBay for like $200, I think. So if you ever want to make your own Zoom music, do it.
Zoom music.
He's using something different now.
Yeah, I noticed that. The guitars are a lot cleaner and stuff.
Yeah, so that's something to look into.
But so here's the Windows-based music. You'll notice that it's changed quite a bit since the PC98 era.
No difference.
Yeah, exactly. There's no trumpets yet. Something's wrong.
No trumpets, and we don't have quite the loudest piano ever that we got in IN.
Exactly.
Yeah, and again, no trumpet. Yeah. Halfway through UFO, you suddenly realize, oh, I don't have trumpets.
You can definitely still hear some of the simplicity of using like a standard Yamaha synthesizer at this time.
Yeah.
Not quite gotten anything fancy or more dynamic, basically. I think what he used at this time was the equivalent of a wavetable synthesizer.
Oh, just a general GM.
Yeah, but like a Yamaha GM synthesizer.
Slightly better than Windows.
Yeah, slightly better than Windows.
But so moving on. So the music's not bad, but other people like to recreate other people's music their way. And the cool thing is, when you play Touhou games, he's got the music room. You can go through all the songs in the games, and he's got all kinds of neat little notes. And I like to bring this one up a lot because for what Luna Dial there, he always went on about how it should have been a rock and roll song, and I don't think I could ever hear it. And then groups say like Crow's Claw went in, and well. Touhou metal panel.
Touhou metal panel.
It's gotta happen.
We're getting closer.
Exactly.
We'll prove it one day.
Well, bullets and metal go together.
Yeah, they do.
Exactly. So now we got like 14 plus games, and that means we have tons of source material. He still has a lot of the MIDIs up on his website. You can actually still rip them off some of the games if you know how to do it. Find the tools. So tons of source material, which leads to very interesting remixes. And moving on.
I was going to say, isn't there just that Touhou music extractor that's for everything from 6 through...
I think it's got like the demo for Flower View. Or sorry, yeah.
Well, no, because I know I've actually slammed together just using the tool for 13.
Oh.
And 6, of course, you could just pull the MIDI straight out of the game directory.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they also have a website called easypianostore.jp that has every MIDI basically from Touhou 1 through Touhou. They had some from Touhou 13 and Touhou 14.
What I noticed about that is I actually got bored one day and ripped apart Touhou 2, since that's the only one that actually has the MIDIs in the game. The ones on his website are actually slightly different than the ones that are actually in the game. It's very minute, but
they're flavored.
Yeah,
what it is.
he changed the instrument, you know, added an extra track, you know, stuff like that. So
a lot of those have a counter melody edit that aren't weren't in the original games.
Yeah. So picking up, so Touhou 2, which is generally the bullet hell, the first widely acknowledged bullet hell style Touhou game, as we know, it was released in '97. We didn't see the first Touhou Dojinshi until about 2003. And from there, we saw that at Comic Market, which of course is the largest doujinshi, or fan-made works market in Japan. We're talking about these events because this is where you'll generally find Touhou music releases on a recurring basis, pretty much. So Comic Market twice a year. We just had Comic Market 85 in winter. The next one will be August, C86, of course. July, August.
Yep, C86 in July, yeah.
July this year? Alright. Yeah. Now we also had the Reitai site, which is the Touhou event, which is also held in the Tokyo Big Site where Comic Market is. And I believe 1 or 2 weeks ago was Reitai site 11.
Yep.
So you'll expect to see some releases come out of that. event already. I already got the new Austrameria out of that. Quite nice. There's also a few different Touhou events. Some of them kind of died down. Some of them are still going. Like Kormu, I believe, is still going. There's also the M3, which is the Music Media Mix Festival, which is kind of like a South by Southwest sort of deal. It's a general music event. You'll also see lots of Touhou remixes come out of that as well. I believe the 33rd one just happened.
Yep.
And so
April 27th.
April 27, yeah. So real recent. So there's some releases out of that. I think who did that? I know CHS put out a release.
Freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, they put out a release. There's also a Sunshine Creation, which is I believe in Ikebukuro. So for those of you who watch Durara know exactly what that is. That's another event where you'll find events. And then aside from that, of course, people are just putting stuff up on the web. SoundCloud, their own sites, you know the deal.
Yeah,
YouTube.
a lot of people can put them on. A lot of the Japanese ones do on. Will have it, yeah, all the entire albums on there, and you can just go to like sound.nico and you can just rip it off the video directly.
So, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and so I put this slide in because this is kind of what a little bit of the impetus for this panel is that, you know, we'll play Touhou, we'll just get into music, and then we'll go listen to some remixes, and you know, we'll enjoy the themes, and that just makes us want to go back and play some more Touhou.
Exactly.
Anyone else relate?
Then 3 days later, you're still doing
And
it.
then you're still doing it, and then you find yourself at the
Well, once you're 21, you mix alcohol.
Then you mix alcohol in it, and then you really get the Zune experience.
I finally reached some serious
understand.
animism, but I was 4 beers in.
You understand the patterns.
Goes together.
Alright,
Now we
speaking of remixes, yeah, we got a guest here.
So you guys come on up.
Come on up. Cheers.
No, actually, we kind of ran out, but I just came.
Oh.
I'm just dragging
For
my chair
now.
off.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we've been doing this panel for a couple years, and at the end of, generally around the end of the panel, we have a call to action for you guys of local American fandom to step up and like produce some American arrange. And so there we have such a group here.
Yeah.
And OC Remix only has like 5 things, which sucks. So
Well, at least a couple of them are good.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you guys say what you
All
want.
right. So we're Komenji Records, and
Speak up, please.
Yeah.
What?
We're over here and I can't hear you.
all right. Well, we're Komenji Records. So we started in August of last year, and since then we got famous through Touhou 14, and basically from there we've grown from that, and we've just started releasing physical copies of an actual Komenji club. I don't know if you want to like for everyone to see it. Okay.
We actually just got back from our Komenji Records panel, and we were selling physical copies of these, and we've already sold out like all
Yeah,
the
we
25
sold out
copies
in
of that.
Told
we sold out in about 5 minutes.
I told
Yeah,
you.
you guys walked out the door and you guys were pretty much gone. Or
They like yelled at us because we couldn't sell stuff, and then we just walked out and we sold out there.
Really?
That'll show.
Yeah.
We bought like 25 copies
25.
of it.
How many copies did you bring?
25.
25.
Oh.
Yeah.
Limited edition.
Next Anime Central, we're gonna bring like
Because originally
300
we were bringing
copies.
10 until
Yeah.
you didn't end up with them all.
So anything else, Pablo?
But yeah, we're pretty much dedicated to giving what the fans want more through Request Week, which is pretty much what happens is the fans gives us ideas of what to remix. They give us 2 or more themes for us, and what we do is we decide the genre that we're going to do and pretty much remix from. So they give us things to remix, and we give them,
We deliver.
we deliver.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong
Whoever
with
they're good.
pandering to the fans.
and we had a nice little song of yours
Oh yeah.
to play.
From actually, we didn't mention this, but we actually have an outside guest in one sometimes, and this person is CC Tenshi, which, if you followed our YouTube, is somebody that's sort of new. They don't really count as Komenji Records yet. We don't know if he's gonna actually be put in, but it's probably one of the best drum and bass things that Komenji Records has put out, as at least a special guest.
Get to it.
Oh yeah.
You need to be rocking out to this.
They're over there.
The website
I called over there. I helped like going under the table.
What do you need?
get kind of a mixture of house and drum and bass in your city, and a little bit of hardcore with that hardcore synth. Pretty tasty.
So yeah, all your music's free, right?
Yeah.
And except you guys have been having that issue where your Bandcamp keeps running out of free downloads,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
that's I think that's a good thing, but that's a bad thing for people who want to download it. Then you have to wait for like 10 days.
Or
Is it 10 days?
I think it's like 10 to 20 days.
Or it makes you buy it for $1, I think.
Yeah, the minimal set
Yeah,
price or whatever. Yeah,
It sucks.
I ordered their CD when they first started releasing it. It's pretty good. You guys should check it out.
You can get a copy.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have sucked.
I mean, I think we still have about 40 to 50 copies left online on our Bandcamp.
No, we have like 20 physical copies, I think. Not really, I don't know.
Is this including the ones in French frame, or?
Yeah.
So, welcome to Ouija Records, everybody.
Welcome to
one of the few rare
yeah.
United States groups.
Press yours soon, and then let us know.
Yeah, and since I know Brian Yang, which is somebody who does Touhou DJing, he worked with like Orange Jam. You know Orange Jam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Government channel.
he did a song, a remix of one of their songs, and it was released on their last album. So we actually have contact with Rinko, like one of the people who owns Orange Jam, and we're going to be doing a song with them.
Oh, awesome. Look forward to it.
So I guess we should move on.
Yeah, moving on.
So,
Another feature circle here. Try the emotion on. Alright, thank you.
yeah, thanks for coming.
And we want to hear some more of this music, actually. If you do play some of your own music, you'll be at the DJ party near the end. of the night. So around 3 o'clock is when he'll play.
There's some seats up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of seats up here.
Alright, without further ado,
Excuse me?
Normal, regular scheduled
He
program.
also does his own music.
At this point,
Plenty
yeah.
of seats for you in this row.
Alright.
So with this panel being funny party in the fog, we kind of have to highlight Draw the Emotional. Very interesting group. It's led by Yu Yuppie, or Yuppie, or I can't remember say it, sorry. He's known for doing his Vocaloid music, and if you like play the Project Diva games, Palette is one of his songs. If you're familiar with that one. But the neat thing about Draw the Emotional is, with him being a Vocaloid artist, like with all Vocaloid songs, there's always people doing covers. So what he's been doing is getting these people that do his Vocaloid covers and making them the singers for his albums for Touhou. So pretty much every single singer in all of his albums is someone that has previously done a cover of one of his Vocaloid songs, which is pretty neat because it's tons of cross coverage for everybody, and getting all kinds of names out there. He also did a record with Foreground Eclipse, which is probably one of the best Touhou albums out there.
Phenomenal.
I'm sad they're disbanding.
Yeah, alright. We know.
What?
Yeah, it said like last winter, I think.
C85
wasn't
was
it?
happened,
I
yeah.
think,
I did
yeah.
not hear about this.
Yeah.
The last album at CR85.
But, so yeah, seriously though, check out Seated with Liquor. It's probably, like I said, one of the best Touhou albums out there. He also did an awesome little cover of Bad Apple. But
Well, before we get into it,
Whoop.
so Yu Yuppie also has a track on the Kill la Kill opening single as well.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he does.
What track?
Yeah. Huh?
What track?
The second, not the opening song, of course, but the second track. It's just like on there.
Oh, the bonus song.
The bonus song on the opening thing single, yeah. Not in the soundtrack itself.
Speaking about Australian Refuge,
Speaking, well,
who
yeah.
was here last year.
I know. During our panel, he played.
I know.
It made me much sad.
He
He's
literally
my
played
favorite
during
artist.
the
If you want to hear him, just hit mute. He's right there, right above us. Great.
Alright. So, alright, Draw the Emotional. Let's have our sample here.
I'll say the set was amazing.
Until people cry.
I'm already
Yeah.
crying.
You'll figure out why it's called
Yeah,
that.
but about halfway through.
Feels metal.
About halfway through is a good, feels a good stomach point.
Also, it's not Jackson.
I know.
Missed it.
Still it anyway.
There, now.
Yeah. She goes on to the like world's longest scream ever.
Yep.
Yeah, it's intense.
Yeah, excellent album, excellent art circle overall.
So I think he's only got 4 Touhou albums, but they're all solid.
There's also the Acen music before that as well, which we covered at the Yomacon panel.
Exactly.
Yeah. So he's been doing it for a while.
Yeah. He's like my age, which is crazy. So moving on.
Moving on.
The group everyone knows.
No, in fact,
Don't delete this file.
But they only make Eosios? Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people in the fandom got into it because of one of their PVs.
Exactly. So.
Which is on there.
Oh my god.
Not me. The safe version. Safe.
No, the not 21 plus version.
Hey, the artist supporter of Ecstasies in Acen right now.
Really.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So yeah, Iosis is definitely one of the better, well-known groups. As said before, they do a lot of Flash videos. Pretty much most people that get into Touhou via the music, it's probably because of these guys.
Nope. Maybe.
Their organization is also really weird. They're not a typical doujin circle. That they more do commercial related material, but they're also outside of normal record labels. They do like some actual normal stuff and a lot of other stuff that's just not also Touhou. But they've also done like anime openings and other other media.
They also do a lot of like collaboration style stuff.
Lots of collaborations, yeah.
What's his name? I can't remember say the guitar player.
Oh, Minami?
Yeah, them albums.
Yeah.
Oh, Gorgeous Guardian album?
Yeah,
Oh, I
exactly.
love that album.
And so it's not a Touhou panel without a Iosis Flash video.
We have to do it.
Oh, no, I never found one.
Do not do the border of Ecstasy.
Never?
Oh
no! Yes!
Turn it up! Turn it up! Turn it up! Turn it up!
Get ready.
Trumpy glory. Well, let's look in the circle and see what it comes.
I'm gonna ruin my wing if I keep doing that.
It's fun without the video. It's kind of like, Adorable.
I remember, I don't think the translation helps explain that video at all.
So I feel like I can explain their newest album. If you know anything about it, the Touhou EDM 2.
I actually haven't heard it yet.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, on March 24th, just this year, actually, they released what they call Nothing But the Touhou EDM. And it's Touhou EDM 2, technically. In the Touhou EDM series, what they like to do is take worldwide popular songs that get played in like everywhere of EDM music and then Touhouify it.
Oh gosh.
Like in Touhou EDM 1, they had Professional Breeders, which was a remake with Nazarin of Deadmau5's Professional Griefers. And that's what the entire franchise is about, and I think they're planning on doing a Touhou EDM 3.
Sweet.
So, moving on.
Moving on. Off of our feature circles, now we're in our, what we call the funny mix here.
Yeah.
Where we basically shuffled up all of our circles before starting this panel.
Oh.
So